doesn't matter what kind of sugar you're using. Generic is the best because it's the cheapest. Duct tape. I don't care what color the duct tape is, silver, black, white, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, strawberry shortcake, whatever it is, I don't care. As long as it's duct tape, okay? Duct tape is very sturdy and strong, and it will keep this sugar from coming out of the bag. All right, so this part of it probably takes the longest, all right? Because you have to have it completely covered in tape. This is the best way also for your child to not fall apart. And I will be taking a picture of you with your baby the first day your baby is born, so that I can make sure that your baby looks the same at the end of the project, and that you're just not having someone else's baby.
Won't the baby be born over the weekend though? Will we email you a picture? Or
No, I mean, the first day you have it in class is the day it's born, technically. I mean, obviously the day you make it, but like the first day of the project is the day that I count as like the birthday. Then you have to have it for the 7 days, right?
Yeah.
So you'll have it over the weekend and at school. Some of my 8th graders brought up to me, and it wasn't this class, so I did not talk to you guys about this, that you guys will have the baby over the formal. It wasn't you guys that brought it up, right? So they said, do we have to take the baby to the formal? I am not that mean. So you guys do not have to take your baby to the formal. You will be allowed to have a babysitter for that one night, okay? Some other kids brought up an orchestra field trip. Are any of you in orchestra?
No.
Oh, yes.
What about the main event field trip? That's the 18th.
You won't have the baby for main event. But if you do, yeah, you'd be bringing that baby. So you guys, in real life, if you had a baby, the baby doesn't get left alone at home. The baby goes with you wherever you go, okay? And obviously in real life, you can pay a babysitter, but you guys are broke. You're only in junior high, so you don't have money to pay a babysitter. So this baby goes with you everywhere you go, okay? So we are making sure that this bag is not gonna break or your baby is not going to fall apart by duct taping, all right? And again, I don't care what color the duct tape is. I got white because I think that's all they had. So that's what we're doing. All right, so as you see, you can see that this is taking longer than probably any other step. All right, that's about good. All right, so now I have a 4-pound bag of sugar that has the duct tape on it, and now the sugar is not spilling out. All right? Yes?
Do we have to take, like, the baby to the store?
The baby goes with you everywhere you go, except for the bathroom. All right, so if you're going to do the minimum requirements from this stage, the baby would need a hat. Okay, you can just put the hat on it like this. You would need some sort of face on there, and then either a blanket wrapped around it or a onesie or something on it. Okay, that's minimum requirements. But I like to be extra, so I'm gonna use these nylons. Again, I got these at the dollar store. And I like my babies to be brown, because brown is beautiful. And I'm going to do what she did. Oh, you know what? I need no, she tucked it. It kind of looks like a turkey. All right. So I'm just going to tie the top. And nylons, like once you get a hole in them, it's called a run in your stocking. And can you believe that women used to have to wear these like to work all the time? Terrible. This is the only thing nylons are good for. Flight attendants had to wear them. All right. So because I don't stuff my legs, I'm just going to tie this at the bottom and just kind of leave it there, okay? Because again, if you cut them off, then it will, it'll just continue to run. So you're not going to see it in there anyway. So then what I do next is I'm going to take my outfit. So cute. The outfits that fit best are the preemie or like the zero, like the newborn clothes. But if you want your baby to be bigger, like you wanted to have a solid baby, you can do like 0 to 3 or 3 to 6 and just put more stuffing in it, and it can be a bigger baby. but I like the little babies. I've done kind of all sizes, but. And the best thing, these zip from the bottom, so the little zipper doesn't hurt the baby's chin. All right, so I'm going to maybe undo this. And I'm gonna put my baby in here. Now, instead of stuffing the nylon, I am going to stuff the outfit, all right? Again, this is called polyfill or quilt bagging. It's used to like put in pillows or quilts when you're making blankets. This again is an extra thing. I do have some in my classroom that people have donated. So if you would like to borrow some, or if you don't have enough for your baby, you want to stuff it that day, you can do that. All right. So it's just, it comes in like one big piece. So I'm just gonna cut some off and start stuffing it into the arms. And I like to actually, let me move this, wrap it around my baby because I like my baby to be chunky. Okay, so I'm gonna lay my baby in here. It's like wrapping paper. And it tears or it cuts very easily. Okay, so then I'm just gonna cut some off. And you don't have to like do anything, it just will stay. Well, I said it cuts very easily, I think it's not cutting. But, there we go. These scissors are terrible. Okay. So that gives it a little bit of cushion. And then I'm going to just start stuffing. And okay, here's another thing you guys can use. You guys could use like plastic bags in the grocery store to stuff it. You could use toilet paper, paper towels, old socks, anything that you want, honestly, you can use to stuff it. You do not have to use this stuff. It's just what I have. But there are other options. And I like the newborn clothes because babies scratch their faces when they're little and their nails are like paper thin. So these little newborn or preemie outfits have this little thing that you can cover their hands in, okay? And it keeps the stuffing in. Otherwise, I've had kids like hot glue the ends of these together or rubber band them. So I'm just gonna keep tearing off pieces of this in the arms and the legs. And if you guys are really gung-ho, if you want, you can change the baby's clothes too. If you want to put a diaper on the baby, you could do that. You would do it at this stage. And you get extra credit for the diaper. You get extra credit for a binky. You get extra credit for a bib, a toy. If you have a bottle, get extra credit for all that. Or if you have like a really cool carrier that you're putting your baby in. Some kids like to bring a front carrier that, you know, you hold the baby in the front so that way you don't have to have it in your arms. Or they bring like an extra backpack and put the baby, wear that backpack in the front. Alright.
So we get an extra credit for a carrier too?
Sure. Mm-hmm. You get extra credit basically for everything, but like if you put a head on it and eyes, that's not extra credit. But if you put like a binky on it, then that's extra credit.
What if you give it a mouth?
No, it should have a mouth. Okay, so I could add more stuffing to this, but like you guys get the point, right? So there's stuffing in it. Then for the head, I like to use these. I know the lady that you saw in there stuffed this, which you could do that as well, but I like the baby to like have an actual head. So you can put this in here. Can you get me a rubber band there? They are those cubbies right there in that cabinet. So when babies are born, their heads are the biggest thing on their body, okay? They actually look awkward because their heads are like so floppy. That's gonna be one of the things that you're gonna have to focus on is not letting the baby's head fall. If you guys take early childhood when you get to high school, the babies that you have actually have sensors in them. No, to the right, go to the right way.
This one?
Yep, and then open the left side.
Okay.
And they know, the teacher knows if the baby's head falls. You get like penalized for it, all right? So, the baby cannot support their own neck first. That's why we do tummy time, which we haven't talked about yet. So tummy time is when you put the baby on their tummy and they learn to like push themselves up. They learn, and it gives them more neck control. This is gonna be really tight. I should have tied that in there, but.
You know what I do?
Huh?
I put the pantyhose over with the sugar at the same time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I did that last year.
Yeah, that's where I
Yes,
got
that's
it.
why
Yeah.
you did it. But then I had all the extra at the bottom.
Yeah. It's easier though.
Yeah, it is easier. But then the head was kind of floppy.
Yeah.
Well, they're supposed to be floppy. So as you guys can see, I'm struggling with this a little bit because I didn't leave enough. Oh, wait, there, maybe. All right. All right, so another thing that is required is a hat, okay? When babies are small, they need to stay warm because they've been warm inside the mom for a long time. So you want their heads to stay warm because that's where you lose a lot of your body heat is through the head. This is not how I want it to be exactly, but it'll work for right now. Okay, and then you're gonna put a hat on the baby. Let's see, let's go with gray. Okay, so here's your baby for the most part, okay? I have googly eyes that I could now glue onto my baby, all right? And then you wanna draw like a mouth and a nose. You can draw the eyes, you do not have to do this. I've had kids put false eyelashes on their babies for their eyes, then draw like eyebrows. So be as creative as you want here, okay? But this is what all the extra stuff is. So then if I wanted to put the binky on here, I just cut the nipple part off of the binky and I can hot glue this to their mouth, okay? Or you could cut a hole in the styrofoam if you're using the styrofoam ball and put the binky in the hole, okay? Either way works.
So you wouldn't need to do a mouth if you were doing the binky?
Correct. If you're doing a binky, you don't have to do it. All right? And again, you see how flimsy the head is, so you have to hold the head. But this way, like if someone's hitting your baby, the head's not gonna fall off, which is good because some of the ways I've made them in the past, I like try to hot glue the head. And it doesn't. The opposite way, I'll put my old video in there too. The opposite way is starting the nylons on the top and putting it on this way so the head is already kind of encompassed in there. So on the rest of the video of my old video, that's how I did it. So any way you guys want to make this is obviously fine, but this is just one way. You see, it didn't take very long. It's not going to take you all night or all weekend to do this. All right, so this is the way to make the sugar baby.